how's it going, guys and girls? It's Kenny DJI here, YouTube. So it's a bit of a first from me. You don't normally hear the voice, it's just all drone related videos, so it's a little bit different for us this time. So the purpose of this video, sort of show a bit behind the scenes, a bit what we do, about the planning, a bit about the drone we use, the tech we use, you know, the gear as a whole, the process we use, that sort of thing. So we'll start with a bit of planning. So it's going to be Ox Close Wood today. So we can see it on the map there. We've done our assessment, make sure there's no fly zones, etc., which we'll show you shortly. So we'll just have no walk over now. It's going to do the rest of the journey on foot. So it might do me good to get a bit of exercise actually. So I'll have a steady trudge over. I'm still walking. It's taking forever actually, and it's sludgy, so not good. Anyway, so I'm going to show you some of the drone apps while we're doing that. So we'll do some quick checks on we'll check the wind on Drone Buddy. So we can see winds averaging at 11.2 west-southwest. Wind gusts 12. We know the DJI Mini 2 has got a level 5 wind rating, so about 22 miles per hour. So we're pretty alright. Nothing too much to worry is at that point. So we'll back out of that. We want to make sure there's no flight restrictions or anything, which, you know, I've already done, but most people will. So that's where we are. We can see the woods there highlighted. That's close wood, so it's just warning us that people could congregate. So we just got to, as you know, sub 250 gram drone. It's just people congregating large crowds that can't move at a moment's notice, which doesn't apply here. So we could do that area report, and it's showing us airports, no aerial activities. It's always worth checking this, even if you every time, because we know we can get hot air balloons, etc. So it's good that we've checked that. Right, so we're in position now, a bit knackered. So we get a treadmill or something? Looks quite nice here. So firstly, we'll show you a bit of the kit. This is just like basic kit. We've not packed a shitload because it's just not necessary. Bear with me, I've only got one hand. So obviously we're going to be needing the remote, etc. We're going to be needing the drone. We're going to do pre-flight checks, etc. Checking the screws on the rotors, make sure they're tight, don't lose the rotor. Make sure the rotor's all okay, not cracked, etc. Checking the gimbal, checking for cracks, checking the op ID numbers. Obviously fitted, which mine's on a sticker, so we'll get all that set up. Spare battery, we've got nice ND filters, etc. Some of the kit that I use, but so it's a bit overcast, so I don't know if we're going to be using that, but we'll see what rating we get when we connect up. Got the DJI Pocket 2, lovely bit of kit, so that can record in 4K up to 60 FPS. It's got time lapse, motion lapse, hyperlapse, slow motion. It's actually probably a better video device than what's on the drone, to be honest. So we'll switch over to that now. Right, so obviously we've switched over to the Pocket. It's got also, I forgot to mention, it's got surround sound, stuff like that. So it's really good for that. It's a gimbal with a zoom. So we'll just have a scout round. It is a bit windy. I know we checked the wind earlier. It's probably because it's elevated, to be fair. So I'm going to take the drone down there and show you screen record. Right then, so this is basically what I see during flight. So we've got an ND filter on. We've had a bit of one on. We've got an ND8 on at the moment. You can see them zebra lines on the screen, so we've got a little bit of exposure. If you look down the bottom right hand corner, it's plus 1.7. So you want to aim for about 0. So that's not too bad, but we're going to edit that after the fact. So we'll we'll check pre-flight checks. We've got 94% battery, 15 satellites, good signal, and running airplane mode, so we can try and avoid any interference, etc., interruptions. So pre-flight checks, you can see everything's normal. Return to home altitude, we don't really need 328, so we'll probably bring that to about just under 200. So we're going to be recording at 4K 30 FPS. So we'll just auto check the white balance, let it 0, and then turn it off again. We want to run everything in manual, pro mode, if we don't want it making horrible changes whilst we're mid-flight and ruining the footage. Shutter speed 130 to get that motion blur with the ND filter. So let's go for a takeoff, and then what we'll do, we'll check, make sure everything's obviously in order.
Takeoff. The home point has been updated. Please check it on the map.
So the drone's in the air. So you can see there, the drone's up. So movement of it's fine in every direction. So everything's operating normally on that. We've got a good line of sight here. So the sun's come out for us actually. So I'm going to do a quick flight round and give you a drone's eye view, so bear with me. So this is called an orbit.
Come here.
Come here.
Come here.
Top down shot, and this is sort of unique to a drone, to be fair. Airplanes, helicopters, etc. don't tend to be able to do this sort of shot. So this is always quite a nice, unique bird's eye view. So that's your top down. Got it in C mode, cinematic mode. Some adjustments, gimbal settings. So I want to be nice and smooth. So you've seen we've done a few videos there. It's not a massive amount to see here, so it's a good drone flight location, sure, but we've got a couple of ponds, etc. So, but I think we'll bring it back now. So what we'll do, we'll use return to home. So we'll hold
Go
that.
home.
So we'll bring the drone back. I've noticed we've just got a gimbal motor overloaded. It's come off, it's disappeared now. Could have been the ND filter. Sometimes they just need refitting when the aircraft's off. So
Landing.
it's actually coming down, as you can see, 180 feet, so it's directly above us. So you can't see it very well yet, but she's starting to come down. So the GPS is quite accurate, so it's coming down pretty much bang on where it's come from, if I'm honest. So there she comes. So I'm just going to cancel the landing actually, because I want to take control and turn it around. So I want to take control, turn it around. So sit it down. See if we can sit it down on that bench. It's not advisable to do it where there's not much room because it could slip off, but it's only onto grass anyway.
Landing.
So there we go. Let's sit down. Right, so drone's all packed away at that. So as you can see, so it's worth mentioning that we've interacted with, there's lots of members at public round, which normally, you get a bit, as a drone pilot you've all had pilot anxiety, where you're expecting people to challenge you. You're not doing anything illegal at all, but you're expecting it. So but just be polite, and he was polite back, and it was fine. So I normally carry a letter around for such, to educate people if they do challenge me, but it's not been needed today, which is good. Right, so basically you've about seen it all, so I think we'll start heading back, have a wander back, get a coffee, and then we've got some editing to do when I get back. So I use an app which I pay for called InShot, so really good, worth getting. So yeah, we'll walk back to the car, so you can see I'm back on the move. We're just here, didn't get too sludgy, we were there. So the other thing is where you've got to try and find a location to park, so always wreck it in advance. We've parked in the railway station car park there, so we'll have a wander back, and thanks for watching. Like I say, it's a new one for me, and we'll see you on the next time.